Hey ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shy. I want to thank you all for purchasing this tutorial to the sink. I want to also apologize because people have been inboxing me and asking me how to set it up and asking for tutorials, so I apologize it took this long. I finally got to link back with my uncle who's installed it for me. We came up with this idea, well he came up with this idea, he brought it to me because he said that he's seen a portable sink. I had state board had came to my suite and I didn't have a sink at the time, so everything was good besides me having a sink. I really never used the sink because my room is right by the bathroom, so I was unaware that I needed a sink. So this helped me. My suite does not have plumbing. So with that, he said he's seen a portable sink that he wanted to try, and we basically came up with the pieces. I've searched sinks on Amazon. I did try looking on Facebook Market, so that is one thing you can look at if you don't want to purchase that sink to make your cost a little cheaper. I wanted this sink because it's more aesthetically pleasing and simple. It fits all the parts that I need. So I found the sink and I ordered the parts that he said. We have a drain. The drain is longer than it needs to be. You can cut it. The drain goes directly in the waste bin. All the parts of the sink come together, and then you have to order the hardware as far as the faucet and the drain. And the two 5-gallon bins, I have one, the white one is for the waste bin. You'll dump that when it starts getting halfway full till when it's not too heavy. And then we have the one with the water supply, with the water pump. That is what you'll be using for your water supply, that 5-gallon bin. All of this is in my Amazon storefront. Everything that I show in this video I will be having in the storefront. You will need to purchase every single thing. I also recorded the tutorial. He's just showing you the step. Mine is already set up, so he was telling you and showing you step by step what you need to do and how it should look. He also recommends that if you don't want to set it up yourself, or you just want to make it easier, if you are setting it up yourself and you don't have a handyman like I had him, you can bring the connectors, the supply line to the water heater and the drain. You can show a picture to the hardware store, Lowe's, Home Depot, or a plumbing hardware store, or you can bring it in before you set it up and they can connect them for you, and that way you just plug it in and go. That's one of the options. If you're doing it yourself, we show you the supply line of how it's supposed to be connected. He also added some things, just regular basic supplies, tools that you need to have and you can use for your home anyway to purchase if you don't have them, like as far as wrenches and then tape, so the water doesn't leak out because you are mixing water and electricity. Now the confusion on the water heaters, I removed the other water heater I had at first, the black one, the US. That one is good. It takes about 20 minutes to heat, so that is why I didn't care too much for that one. That one was about $80. The one I have now that's in the Amazon storefront is $100, so it ended up bringing my cost to about $20 more. All of the objects that you're using and tools and supplies you need, it should range from you $400 to $550 at most, versus the portable sinks I've seen that are already connected, and they're much bigger, they take up space. They're about $2,000 to $5,000. That was not in the budget that I wanted to spend, so we came up with something. It works. I got graded by State Board. I am located in North Carolina. The supply line, they look under the sink. They don't look at the connection, so they won't know if it's a regular portable, if you brought it already connected or not. My State Board rep knew because I told her the process, like I'm actually building one. So but they won't know if it came like that or not if you set everything up the right way. It looks just like a real sink, which I'll show you how it's set up in my suite. It looks just like a real sink. I scored 100 on my State Board. I have a grade A, 100, signed for the sink. Got everything. And this one, what I like better than the one I had previously, if you purchase that one, nothing's wrong with that one. It just takes, if you already have it set up, you will realize that it takes a little longer to get heated up. This one, it heats instantly, and you can just temperature, it gets really hot, like steaming hot. It was almost like, okay, so that was the main thing with that. All of this is simple. You can do it yourself. Like I said, thank you for your support. When you do have it set up, send me videos, tag me in your videos. I want to see how you have it set up in your suite. Thank you again for your support. Also, if you're located in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, my uncle is willing to help any of you ladies and gentlemen set it up. If you order all the parts that I have, he already knows how to do it. He'll come to you and set it up, and you can work out a date with him. I will drop his information and his name under in the comments below. I will drop the links to the products, from the sinks to the tools, in the comments below. So come with me. This is before he gets here. This is how my sink is set up. This is the space. So he does recommend, the other water heater, the black one, was smaller, so you didn't see it. It wasn't right here. If you want to keep the black one, the smaller one, and it works in your budget, like I said, already have it plugged up in the morning. I already have it plugged up and pumping prior to your state ward visit or whatever in a day. So it'll already be heated and it'll take less time. This one is a little bigger, so it doesn't fit under the sink. And this is the drain that I have in there. Everything is on my Amazon storefront. Every single thing. There's nothing here that I did extracurricular that isn't on my storefront. This is my room and the space. So this is how much space it takes up. As you can see, it's perfect for me.
Now, one of the main things I want to say comes in a box. This doesn't come here. You remember when you bought the whole thing. So you got all this come in a box. Everything you see here comes in a box except for the water supply and the wastewater. You have to purchase that. So none of that comes with this. So when you first start, what you want to do, you want to take it out of the box, take the whole thing out of the box. And it's going to come with certain components. It's going to come with your faucet. It's going to come with your drain, and it's going to come with your drain hoses down in here. Now remember, this drain hole will have to be purchased differently because this drain hole was originally about 9 feet, so I cut it to that size. But none of this come together. All this had to be put together, step by step. Doors have to be put on. The sink had to be put on. Now the sink here has to be glued on, so it just doesn't come like this. And then when you put it together, get it together completely together, and then what we see in the back, and it takes time, and you want to always take all the everything out of the box and set it aside and look at the instructions in the diagram. Now here is the pump. Pump is what's going to pump the water out of the water container here, and the pump's going to pump it through here. This is the pump, and this is the line that's going to take it to the hoses here. This is the water. This is the place where all the water is going to be dispensed. It's going to be dispensed. This is a hot water line. The hot water line is always indicated by the red stripes here. You'll see the red, that means hot. And then the blue stripes indicative of the cold water. Now, also when you're setting this up, suggest to them that they get this particular canoes. And it's got the heating and it's got the insulation. Here, when I got my heater, I would take this to a plumber or plumbing company, and I would show them all of this, and I would have them to hook that up for me, because I'm a professional. I've been doing this for 25 years, and guess what? All this had to be put together. You had to make this, because you got the T here. You got the T because that's where the water is coming from the pump, and that water is going to the hot and it's going to the cold right here.
So for the cords and the splitter, the one that I ordered, which ones are those? Was it the red and green one, or is it these
Here,
two?
right here.
The ones that I actually ordered. That
Okay,
came
here
with the
came with here, right here.
So the sink came with these two already.
Yeah, the sink came with these two. Yes.
The sink comes
Yes.
with
Yeah, that comes with the sink.
these two cords.
Yes, the red and the blue connections. Okay, and then these two here came with the heater. The two here, the one that goes into the hot water and the one that goes into the cold water. They came with all that. I'm sure all this lines up, and also I want to make sure that when you're hooking this up, you want to make sure that you have Teflon tape. You're gonna have to use everywhere you connect these. Every connection gonna have to have this Teflon tape. You must have this Teflon tape. If you don't, it's gonna leak. Also, I use these particular tools. I use just some simple tools. You don't have to be a mechanic. You can go to the store and get some crescent wrenches. This one, the largest one, is about 8 inches long, and it'll open about 2 inches wide. And none of these connections going to be bigger than that crescent wrench is. I have two of them, one small and one big, but 2 8 inches will work real good. Okay. Also, in that package, you're gonna with these connections, you're gonna have either a 1/4 inch, 3/8, a half, or 5/8 inch to work with. So you want to make sure that all that lines up. And again, I suggest if you're going to do it yourself, you take these different components and somebody who's a professional will line that up for you. And all you have to do is take it back and put it together. And so here, that will do everything that's as far as heating your water. And this pump will run until this container is full. Then it'll shut off.
These come with the sink in the package. The sink that you ordered in the Amazon storefront. These are the two cords on the Amazon storefront. It comes with the heater to connect. And then this is the splitter that I ordered?
Yes, yes.
The splitter that's in the Amazon storefront. It's connecting these lines from the heater to the sink. And this is how it's supposed to look.
But when you build this, you're gonna have to put your faucet on here, and so you're gonna go under here, you're gonna screw that under the bottom. You screw all this together under here. It's just screw on, really simple, and then you're gonna have to put your drain here. You're gonna have to build your drain here, and so.
And then the drain goes into the 5-gallon waste bin.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is the other 5-gallon bin with the water pump that's on the Amazon quote. And you don't put the back on the sink.
No, you don't put the back on the sink, nor do you endeavor to put the shelving on the inside. You know, you have that extra shelving. You don't put that inside, and you don't put the back on it.
You set your heating to the temperature that you want. I have mine on high.
I'm going to run the water here.
This is the noise it makes.
That's hot. That's really hot.
You can see the steam.
Okay. I'm turn to the other side. It's cold.
And the water from the water pump comes from here and it goes into there. So always want to keep this full. And it heats the water. It'll tell you when it's heating. It'll turn red when it is heating.
If you hear that noise, that's the pump that's pumping the water to the heater, and it will run like that until the heater reservoir is full. Once it gets full, the pump will turn off. Okay, now on the pump, you have an off and on switch, which is here, and then here you have a switch that let you know how much water is being pumped in. You hear it gives it more force. So we don't have it all the way on. We have probably 3/4 on, and and that pump is going to pump water into that reservoir, and then it'll stop. So you adjust this.
And then mine, I kind of keep on for the day, so I just have it connected to something different. You'll need your industrial extension cord, and I kind of keep that on, so when I come in, it already is on hot water. And as you can see,
and it just went off. The pump just stopped. Indicative that this reservoir is full of water. It's full of cold water and hot water. And so what I suggest also, because most of the time there's not enough room in the back, you can get that long extension cord that Tasha said, and you can just put this on the side and slide this back. That's at your discretion. And that pump is pumping water. It's pumping water out of here into the heater, and your wastewater is going here. This is your wastewater. And according to how much you're using your water, that's going to be how much you have to change your wastewater. And I do suggest, if you're using your hands, if you're washing your hands or whatever, you change that water. You want to always keep some fresh water. See, like here, I probably help Tasha to fill this up again. But as long as that water's running, it's being used, and it's going to come into this. This is the refuge here, this where the wastewater is. But as you're going to need the water, you're going to always need water. One, you're going to have this. You're going to have the cabinet in the box. You're going to take everything out of the box, and all of this cabinet will be in the box. Everything you see here will be in the box. You take everything out of the box, and everything will be numbered, set it aside, and you put it together. This is step one. Once you get the sink together, then you're gonna add your doors. Step two, you're gonna add your doors. And the last thing you want to do with assembly of the cabinet, you want to wait, because you're going to have to put your hardware. You're going to have to put your faucet on it, and you're going to have to put your drain on it. So it'll be simpler for you to do that while it's out of the cabinet. And then, so that's step one, to build it. Step two, to put your cabinet doors on. Step three is to put your hardware in there, because you're going to have to glue this on. And step four is to go ahead and glue this on. Okay? And then you start doing the rest of it. So, and then you're going to do step five, I would say, hook up, put your pump, your water pump on back in the back. Step three, go ahead and put get your water supply and have it already sitting there like that. Step four, or step five, step six, I would say go ahead and, if you want to, take it to a plumber, take it to a plumbing company, or take it to Home Depot or Lowe's, and have somebody to get these fittings. Have somebody get these fittings. And once you get the fittings, then you can have everything together, hook it to your a reservoir here that supply your cold water and hot water, hook that on, and then here you're going to have your supply line that's coming from the pump. So you have about 8 steps.
And this is the extension cord.
Yeah, you got. We're going to take this. We're going to take this one out. This is supply. This is supply. We're going to take this up. Just pour the water in here. This is the clean water. That's how you fill it up. This is your pump. You're going to set that back in here. Pick it up. Slide it in there like that.
And you'll just dump this when you feel like it's too full for you.